Mahatma Gandhi by Jyoti Solapurkar. Children, there is not a single country in the whole world where the name of Mahatma Gandhi is not known. Do you know why Gandhiji became so famous? It was because he dedicated his whole life to the service of the motherland and service of humanity. Today, I am going to tell you in brief the story of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, or Bapuji as he is affectionately called. In the early days, our country was made up of a large number of small princely kingdoms. Porbandar in Kathiawar was one such princely kingdom. Karamchand Gandhi, popularly known as Kaba, was a diwan there. Kaba Gandhi was an honest, upright man, a strict disciplinarian and very hot-tempered. His wife Puttarabai was extremely religious person. She would not have her meal until she had worshipped the sun. Hence, sometimes in the rainy season, she would go hungry for 2 to 3 days at a stretch. She was very loving person and immensely hardworking. To these parents, a son was born on October 2nd, 1869. He was their youngest son. He was called Mohandas. He was our Bapuji. The strict discipline of his father, the religious bent of mind of his mother, all influenced Bapuji greatly. He was deeply attached to his parents and brothers. The values of truthfulness, honesty, integrity were instilled in him from the very beginning. As a child, he was not very brave. He was mortally afraid of the dark, of ghosts and spirits, and also of snakes and scorpions. At night, he would cry in fear. The maid who looked after him scolded him very often. "You should be ashamed of yourself," she would say. "What will you do when you grow up?" She then told him that every time he was frightened, he should take the name of Ram. Bapuji took her advice and gradually he overcame his fear. Soon it was time for him to go to school. As his father was in Rajkot at that time, he attended the school there. Being extremely shy, he did not mix with the other children. Most of the time he kept to himself. In the beginning, he did not like some of the subjects that were taught to him. But with encouragement from his teachers, he studied them and began to enjoy them. From then onwards, he took his studies very seriously. As was the custom in those days, when he was about 13 to 14 years old, he got married. His wife's name was Kasturba and she was as old as him. It was at this time that Bapuji fell into bad company and picked up many bad habits. It was because of these bad habits that, unknown to his parents, he was once forced to sell a part of his gold bracelet. However, he soon realized his mistake and amply repented his sinful behavior. He decided to make a clean breast of everything to his father, but he lacked the courage to face him. So instead, he wrote a letter to his father, mentioning all the sinful deeds he had done. He gave the letter to his father and stood by his bedside, his face hanging down in shame. At that time, Kaba Gandhi was seriously ill. He felt miserable when he read the letter. Tears rolled down his cheeks, but he did not say a single word to his son. It was too much for Bapuji to bear. Right then he resolved that he would always lead a truthful and honest life, and throughout his life he stuck to his resolution. During his father's illness, Bapuji nursed him with great devotion and care. But unfortunately, his father never recovered from his illness. He died soon thereafter. In 1887, 2 years after his father's death, Bapuji passed his matric examination. At that time, he was 18 years old. Everyone in the family decided that he should go to England and become a barrister so that on his return he could become a diwan like his father. Respecting their wishes, Bapuji set sail for England in 1888. Life was entirely different in England. The style of dressing, eating habits, everything was all new to him. He was totally confused and bewildered for some time. However, he soon got adjusted to the new environment. He had promised his mother that he would not eat non-vegetarian food or drink alcohol, and he remained true to his words. Many attempts were made to make Bapuji accept Christianity as his religion. Bapuji remained firm. However, he studied the Bible and came to the conclusion that the principal tenets in all religions are the same. So whether the person was Hindu, Muslim or Christian, Bapuji felt that as long as he followed the religion principles, he attained salvation. He told this to all those who had tried to convert him and remained a staunch Hindu till the very end. Bapuji concentrated on his studies thereafter and successfully passed his bar examination. He returned to India in 1891 after the completion of his studies. Eagerly he looked forward to meeting his mother and giving her the good news, but he was to be sorely disappointed. For while he was away in England, his mother had passed away. The news of her death had been withheld from him because his brother thought he would be mentally disturbed and his studies would be affected. To be continued in the next video.